It seems like this is just a mixtape of Nipsey Hussle's extra music, so just imagine how good that victory lap's gonna be. What's up everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. But right now we're going to talk about this Nipsey Hussle mixtape called Slauson Boy 2. Now Nipsey has just been putting out tons of music lately as he works his way up to the release of his album Victory Lap, but as of now we don't have a release date for that, so I think he just kind of put this out as some throwaway tracks, maybe some tracks that aren't going to make that project. And that's not to say these songs are bad, because they're not. I think this is actually a pretty dope mixtape, but you're not really going to get anything here that is too deep, and I think it's the production that does most of the work. For example, right on the opening track, Ocean Views, we get this lavish production that kind of grows and evolves. It reminds me of something that Rick Ross might spit on, and Nipsey is on here saying how he's stacking his hundreds up like Tetris, which is kind of a unique way to stack your money up. You're making it harder for yourself, but I'm not going to hate on that, because if you can stack hundreds, you have the right to do it however you want to do it. So he's come a long way, and as you expect from Nipsey, you're going to get a lot of that motivational come-up story, and you're also going to get some materialistic braggy bars and some gangsta shit as well, including on the songs Question 1 featuring Snoop and Ain't Hard Enough featuring Mozzie. These both just have that classic West Coast G-Funk sound with some twisting synth and also some fat bass. But Nipsey does go a little bit deeper on some of these tracks, so I'm not saying that he doesn't have anything to rap about, because he does bring a little bit of content here and there. Like on the song Mercy, where he brings up how fatherless homes sometimes have kids out in the streets looking for father figures, so that might not be a good thing. They might get tied up in that gang life or something similar to that. And on the song Shell Shock, he's saying how he's taken people from off of the streets and given them Pro Tools instead of pistols. So he's given back to his community. Nipsey puts in a lot of work. I really respect his work ethic and also how he is as a businessman, because he's done really well for himself. So I like how he is bringing a little bit of content here. But like I said, I feel like this mixtape is just some throwaways that aren't going to make that full project of his, so he's probably going to have much better content on there. And there are still some moments on here that are kind of, you know, shaky in my opinion. I don't think Nipsey is the greatest rapper, not to say that he's trash, but he's never been an MC who I've really thought of highly as far as lyricism. Maybe I've missed out and I haven't been listening to the right projects, but I have listened through some of his tapes, and there's not too much about his rap style that grabs me, although he does have a nice vocal presence and some charisma. I'll give him that. But for just a couple of examples on this mixtape of rapping that I wasn't too impressed with, you're going to notice on the song Stressed Out that he's making use of that lazy flow where he just puts nigga on the end of his bars just to extend it, and he does that for the vast majority of the song. I don't mind it once in a while, but when this whole song for the most part is doing that, it does come across as a little bit uninspired. And on the song On the Floor, he's just making use of this really slow and drowsy flow that damn near put me to sleep. If you've been listening to Nipsey, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes he uses that flow where he puts so much space in between what he's saying that it kind of creeps along, and it just is not very interesting. It makes the verse drag on, at least that's my opinion. And he didn't really get too much help from the features on this one either. I already mentioned Snoop, who was featured on Question 1. He was alright on that, just Snoop coming through with his gangster shit. But you're going to hear one of the worst flows ever from Young Dolph on The Field. Maybe not the worst flow ever, but I did think he was a little bit off on that one. Wasn't a big fan of what he brought to the occasion. And despite expecting a lot of great things from Dave East, especially when I heard that XXL freestyle where he killed it, he's kind of been letting me down with some of the songs that he's put out on his own lately, and also with his feature on Clarity. It's an alright verse, but there's not much that's memorable about it. But still, this song Clarity is alright. It has that late night wavy type of feel to it, so it's a cool song and actually one of my favorites, along with Status Symbol 2. That beat I just really enjoy. Not too much with the rapping and content, but the beat is kind of groovy, so I like that one as well. And I gotta mention that Young Thug is featured on a couple songs here as well. He's on I Do This with a very aggressive style, more aggressive than usual, over this bassy and piano production. But where he stands out the most is on Thug Life, man. This was a pretty cool track. It has this slow guitar production, and Young Thug is on here just sounding unique, because I don't usually hear him on this type of production. I thought it was cool to hear him on that, and it made me laugh when he said that his girl's ass is so fat it'll even make Stevie Wonder look. So if a girl's ass is big enough to make blind, bald-headed / braid-headed Stevie Wonder look at it, then there's got to be something going on with that ass, in my opinion. But in the end, I'm feeling this mixtape at a 3 out of 5. I can't really go much higher because the rapping, like I said, isn't doing much for me, but there's a lot of great production on here. So if you're just looking for something you can bang in the car at a function, you don't really care too much about some crazy lyricism, you might enjoy this a bit more than me. But I just expect Victory Lap to be like a 3.5 or a 4, so I'm not going to jump the gun with this project and rank it highly because I don't think it's really that deserving of that, and I think his upcoming project is going to be way better. But that's just my opinion. You guys hit me up in the comments section with your thoughts, and make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially gotta subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.